if you're not growing, you're dying. All humans need to grow. Matter of fact, everything on planet Earth that is alive needs to grow. You need to grow as a human, as an individual. You need to find out and develop yourself. You need to ensure that you become a better person through time. You need to ensure that you are growing in every metric through time. Understand that time is either your biggest weapon, your biggest liability, or your biggest asset. Time can either be accruing value in your position to gain and become more in life, or time can be taking away from you and you slowly underdevelop. You'll become underdeveloped as you let time underdevelop you by not developing and staying underdeveloped when you need to develop. You have to understand that time is either your biggest weapon or your biggest asset. But the moment you are moving in the right direction, time becomes an asset. So a lot of people complain about they don't have time, but in reality, they just waste time and they don't have themselves. If you need to get something done and you ain't getting it done, and you say you don't got time to do it, you just created a limitation and an excuse for yourself not to work towards your best interest. So that makes you a lesser individual because you chose to do less. You chose to make an excuse probably to do something else because you still had to occupy the space and time, and you still had to exist within existence. So it was existing, but then you made an excuse not to do what you needed to do to have a better existence. So when we look at time as currency, are you investing your time or are you wasting your time? Would you waste your money? If you wouldn't waste your money, then you shouldn't waste your time. If anything, time is the number one currency, and you transmute time into currency. So when you go to work, you're paying with time. So you need to understand the importance of time, and you need to make sure that you use it to your advantage. And how do you do that? You grow. Growth is the key to life. I'm telling you. Self-awareness and growth. If you can become aware to things you weren't aware of, and then you can, grow in the aspect that you weren't aware of, so you grew, what do you think is gonna happen to your personal development, to your life? Your life is your development. Your life is the reflection of you. The life that you are living is a mirror. You're not going to live a life that you want to live if you are neglecting, wasting your time, and staying underdeveloped by not developing yourself. You see, you're not underdeveloped because I'm saying you're underdeveloped. I'm saying you're underdeveloped because if you were developing, it doesn't matter how you're developing. As long as you're moving toward a direction, you are developing and you are growing. So you are not being underdeveloped. Underdeveloped is just underdeveloping by not developing, because development is what's going to ensure that you grow. And growth is what's going to separate you from being a less individual, having less, by developing less. You have to understand that your character, your modality of understanding and existence, and your existing within existence is all going to correlate and correspond to your development. So your financial needs, if you're not working a job, if you created your job, if you haven't created a job for yourself, that means you're underdeveloped to the point where you need to develop yourself to the point where you can understand that you create your own job, right? So that's what I mean by personal development. And we all have to start, but the moment you start is the moment you grow. Some of us, it starts with solving that one problem that one problem. You solve the one problem and you start to grow. It's a ripple effect. Now, when you look at the ocean, the deep blue ocean, and you see all these little ripples, they all come together and accumulate one big ocean. If you can solve one problem and you start with that one problem, the one problem that you have the most fear and cadence to, so that one problem that your consciousness is constantly instilling into your mind to hopefully cause you or affect you to change the cause and to solve the problem, to affect you to notice that there's an underlying cause to solve that problem. And the problem is you, but you are the solution. So if your consciousness is telling you, I'm fat, I need to lose weight. If your consciousness is telling you, I'm weak, I need to be strong. You have to understand that that voice that you're ignoring is the key. It is the key. You need to embrace your pain. You need to go through the wall and run through it like a bull. And you need to keep busting through the walls. And yeah, you might hit the wall and have to run through it again. But that's where you find out who you are. You find out who you are by hitting the wall really damn hard and then going at it again until you run through it. And that's when you find out who you are. That's when you expand the box. Your mind is like a box, and every time you break out the box, there's another box. The game of life is to break as much boxes as possible, and not just say breaking boxes, but proving it in the mirror of your life. So not just internally, but externally. You need to prove you're breaking the box financially, physically, mentally, teaching others how to break the box. You need to show and you need to improve, and you only do that by growing, because when you're growing, you are developing, and if you are developing, that means you are developed, right? If you are developing, that means you are developed. If you are not developing, that means you are underdeveloped. Because the moment you take action, you are developed. Because the person you were yesterday was less developed than who you are today, so you are more developed. You have to stop looking at stuff like it's out of your control, like it's impossible, like you can't reach and grow and start being and becoming. It starts with the one problem you aren't solving. You feel weak? Go into the gym, prove yourself you're strong. You don't have to go an intense workout. You don't have to imagine that it's the biggest mission. All you have to do is look on Google what is a simple workout. You don't have to do 10 workouts. You don't have to feel like something you think you need to feel like. All you need to do is look on Google, what's a basic 15-minute workout I can do. Go on Google Maps, look at the most basic workout, and do it. Go find your gym. Go do something that's difficult and push. When you're working out and your mind's gonna tell you, I'm weak, I don't want to do this, it's not who I am, ignore it. And when you're done working out, you've grown and you've developed past that limitation, past that cadence that told you you're not enough. You grew and developed past that voice that was constantly causing you or affecting you to remain underdeveloped. So you need to overcome that voice, because the moment you overcome that voice, you become a different person. And overcoming that voice every day, you develop more, and then you become so developed where your voice, that little voice, becomes even more developed. So now you are developing versus a more developed voice. It's funny how the universe works. It's like you developed so much that your voice is now really trying to get you. Like you can, it's all about self-love and gratitude, man. And you know, when you see my old videos, if you go to my old videos, that's the voice I was developing. But the voice, you have to understand that you need to be operating at a level of self-love so you can be aware to when you are blocking yourself from your growth. Like this platform is my growth. I have to grow on this platform so I can help you guys grow, so I can help myself grow, because you know, it's a one-on-one thing. It's called enlighten value exchange. That's what I'm doing here. So, you give me your time and energy, and I make sure you go out into the world and become a better person. You have to understand that we've wasted our time and energy on Instagram, TikTok, video game. They took our time from us selfishly to put money in their pockets. Develop yourself. Make sure that you're growing. Overcome the voice. Solve the problem. And watch how you grow. And when you grow, just feel the love. Feel the gratitude. And thank yourself for the effort you put in. And then notice the effort that, the more effort you could put in. And become aware to the voice that is constantly growing. Like, there's even, the voice will grow to the point where you hear a voice that you think is leading you to growth, but the voice is actually leading you to a selfish desire. But the voice was so developed, because you're so developed, that the voice led you to a selfish desire while playing the role as the voice of development. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's sneaky. Today's Thanksgiving. I'll give you all an example. Today's Thanksgiving. My voice told me, hey, go and eat out today. Go eat some dinner. It's Thanksgiving. And then I had to pull out of that voice and realize that, hey, it is Thanksgiving, but it really is just another Thursday. Like, if we look at the reality, actuality, factuality, it's another Thursday. It's really nothing special today. I mean, if Thanksgiving has such a meaning to you that, you'll go eat dinner by yourself, or, I'm optimized for my goals. So at this moment in time, I don't need to eat dinner. I'm going to be eating at the fanciest dinners. I'm going to be eating steak on the grandeur, on the finest of dining places, at the finest of restaurants. I don't need to eat dinner right now. I will eat the dinner I need to eat in the certain point of time that I need to be at, in the certain stage of development that I need to be in to eat at that table. So, hope y'all took a lot out of this video. Growth is key. Peace.